It's Evelyn Gillespie. From 52 to 53. Well, I got to come to school before I was supposed to. I do remember that. My sisters were older and they were here, and they would let me come to school. So I got to learn to read and write before I got in the first grade. I say 5. See, I do remember that. Yeah, we rode the bus. It was 10 of us all together. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 of my older sisters was here when I started. I was in, with the little kids, because they were, like I said, well, my other sisters, like we were all like 2 years to 3 years older than each other. Miss Brown, she read us a story every day. She had this great old big book, and every day after our lunch break, we got a story. But they was all, it was something nobody else, where the book come from, I don't know. I wish I had it. It was a great old big book. We had the swing set out there, merry-go-round, and I think a slide. Sylvers, she was the upper grade. You went from first to 4th or 5th grade with Miss Brown, then you went to Miss Sylvers' class. I liked Miss Sylvers, but I don't know, I just never did cotton to her. And then Mr. McKinney was our principal. He was real nice. Everybody loved him, I think. Sometimes he'd come in the classes, and we'd go to his office. They said I was his pet.
Oh, your teacher.
I think about 5:30. That's the only way we had to get around. Sure. We didn't have a car in our family. Down there too. He was funny. He was nice. But now he didn't take nothing off of nobody either. He was strict. We would just, run around the school here. That was about it. Ring Around the Rosie. I can't think of jump rope. I think we played jacks, stuff like that. We had the cafeteria. Sometime our mother packed our lunch, and then other times you could work in the kitchen. After you got bigger, you worked in the kitchen and you could eat. And then we cleaned too. After everybody got done, the bigger ones, you helped clean up the kitchen. And we didn't cook, we just cleaned up the trash and helped wash the dishes. Like I say, the bigger ones did. And they had a big old can of peanut butter, a gallon can. It's old-fashioned peanut butter. When the cook would go out, we'd get a spoon and we'd get peanut butter and eat. Sometimes the boys helped too. I'd say yes, we did. And the boys, we had before they got the boiler, they had to go in the basement and keep the fire going. It was fun in a way. This was the gym. And now they played basketball. We'd have our meetings, a little program or something like that. You'd say here, out there on the stage. So that was it. Well, like I said, we really didn't have, sometimes we'd have a little play, but as far as having anything extra, you just had class and that was it. Now my sister Shirley, she played basketball. Yeah, I think she was only one of my sisters that played basketball. Well, like I said, we didn't have, now every once in a while, if it was something special, they would get the bus driver to, pick you up. But otherwise, since we didn't have a car, now my oldest sister, she was already married when I was born, and she had a vehicle, but then she had 5 kids, so she had the station wagon and everybody followed in it too. So that was it. I've got 4 brothers and 6 girls. I've got 2 brothers living and 2 sisters living out of all 10 of us. My brother lives down there in Limestone, and my sister Shirley, and another sister lives in Michigan, and another brother, he lives in Nashville right now. And I've got some nieces who went here the same time. Maxie Hines, she was a miller. Marianne James, she was a miller also. I went to Langston. Too good. Yeah, we were considered the country people, so they didn't, we had a few friends, but most of them, they looked down on you. So we stayed mostly to ourselves. Like say my sister Shirley, she was more outgoing, and she, she got along with them. Like I said, my sister and these other two girls that come from down there, they were the kind of people you don't mess with. And that's how, I think they got along. But now, I mean, I didn't let nobody mess with me, but yet and still, I just didn't deal with them. And then I had a nephew, he played football, and he was good looking, and everybody loved him. And that helped us too, because we were the same age. They knew not to mess with us too. I didn't finish, I got pregnant, and that was it. And so I had a son, and I went to work when I was 18, to work when I was 16. Say I cleaned people's houses and stuff. But that was about it. And then later on I got my GED and everything. I got it from East Tennessee State. I went there and took my test, and no, I never got married. I got 3 grandkids. Nick, I call Nicholas, Brandy, and Micheal. 2 of them were in service, the 2 oldest ones. One's a Marine and one's in the Navy. And then my youngest, he's just here and there. Youngest grandson lives in Johnson City. Oh, gotcha. And then my granddaughter, she's stationed in Connecticut. And my grandson is stationed in California. He came home this year. I hadn't seen him in 2 years. And then my granddaughter, she came home, was it Christmas, I believe. Seen her in a year either. Say I wish they could have stayed here, but they've got to go places I never would have went. Yeah. The only thing, well, like I say, here we was all, even Jonesborough, they was sort of considered country too. Well, when you think about it, I mean, I was just thinking, there's quite a lot of us that has died and everything. And so it would be good if we could get together, because now, I don't know if you've talked to Fraser and Renee. We were cousins, and we used to visit one another and everything. But like you say, some of them moved away, and there's not that many here, because whenever you get to thinking about it, and used to everybody knew everybody. I'll go to Ingalls and I'll see somebody in there and I think, where'd you come from? And then there's quite a few people from Johnson City has moved down here to Jonesborough. I'm at home. Like I said, I retired about 12 years ago. My health wasn't too good, and I don't do nothing now. My sister lives right next door to me. See her about every day. And then my brother, he don't live that far away either. We usually see him about once a week. That's about it. And I got nieces and nephews in Johnson City, nieces and nephews in Greenville. I usually see them about every week too in Johnson City. We talk to one another. Different, but nothing like what it used to. I'd see it, like I say, remember going to the gym and the cafeteria, and like I say, you had the first grade down here and the other grades up there, Mr. McKinney's office, and we could, there was a house over here on the end of Mr. John D. Howard and his wife, and we'd go and we'd talk to them, and then down that way, the Howards lived down there. You just remember stuff like that. And then after, like I say, we got bigger, they would let us go and to the bank. We'd take the money to the bank. It would be two of us, and there was a 5 and dime store, and we'd stop and go in there what we wasn't supposed to. And then Miss Brown, she eat ice cream in the summer. We went down here to Mr. Jake's. We got her ice cream and a bologna sandwich. But I knew it was a pint of ice cream every day. And she couldn't really play the piano. She'd get on it and she'd play about every day. We'd be plunking. I mean, we just liked it, you know. Life at her, behind her back, of course. We had this one boy. He was always doing something. They'd send him to Mr. McKinney, say that's what. Otherwise, and then we had a few of the girls, they would, you know, get in trouble too. So he most of the time talked to you. They didn't whip you or anything. And that's one thing, they will tell your parents. They will call. Okay, you didn't have a phone. They got word. And you didn't want your parents coming to the school. Yes, the bathrooms was on, the girls' bathroom was down here, and the boys' bathroom was up this way. Well, when I was here, as far as I remember, we had the bathrooms in the inside. Say, I don't remember them being outside. They probably was when my older sisters, my oldest, after I went to Langston, I forget, was it 1960 when they did that? Because, like I said, our kids down there, of course, they had to start going to the schools down there. But most of the people where I live at are, you know, nice people. You have a few you have few everywhere you go. But now, my son, he went to the school, and my nephew, I think he was the very first one who went to the white school down there. Westview, that was the only one we had at that time. Oh, he got along with everybody. Yeah, he did. Said most of the people, they are nice people down our way. I have all my neighbors are white. I've got the best neighbors in the world. Say that's what. Like say their daddy and mother, they've died, and now the children are there. And anything I need, they tell me they do it for me and everything. So I can't complain. Say not at all. Say it. When our daddy died, my sister from Michigan, her husband came home, and people bought in food galore. All these white people, they couldn't believe it. They'd never seen nothing like it. But that was one thing. Somebody dies, I don't care. They bring food in. They don't matter who you are.